Welcome back everyone, this is J7Jace bringing you some knight builds. I'll go over some varying setups I like using on them, as I feel they are a bit underrated and overlooked despite the fact they can equip the best weapons in the game and have some pretty solid stat growths, especially in HP and PA. You also can't forget that they are also one of the most styling with their awesome capes they wear. With all that being said, let's get started. When I first started this channel back in 2021, my first ever build video was a dual wield knight, which we'll be remaking and briefly recapping today. As I now have all the items and a much better microphone, this video and build will be far superior. Just a small reminder to have high bravery, as this will drastically increase your damage with knight swords. So for this first build, it's to equip Chaos Blade in our right hand, Excalibur in our left, Vanguard or Grand Home, then Lordly Robe and Bracer. An alternate setup that is just as deadly and perhaps even stronger is the sub Excalibur for Durandal, Lordly Robe for Grand Armor, and Bracer for Brigand's Glove. We will have re-raise and won't have to worry about risking our Lordly Robe from being destroyed or broken, but it's all preference here. And for our abilities, Darkness will be the best secondary, as things like Sanguine Sword and Crushing Blow are among the strongest abilities in the game. It also allows you to heal and gives you a ranged attack, which knights lack. Then use Shira Hadori, as it's better than having a shield in most cases, but I also like using Soulbind as our HP is also quite high. Dual Wield for your support ability, and Move plus 3 to help you get in close. You can also use a Chocobo as a party member for your knight to increase their mobility, but these birds will take up a character slot on the battlefield, not to mention you have to waste a turn mounting one. But hey, it looks cool, right? Either way, with or without a Chocobo, your knight will be very deadly up close, and even at a small distance with its weapons and abilities. We will be doing excellent damage while enjoying the many passive benefits from knight swords. If you are on the PS1 version, or rather not go through Midlight's Deep, you can always use double Excaliburs, or one Excalibur and one Save the Queen with Dual Wield, then Crystal Helm, Mirror Mail, and Bracer. And in place of Darkness, use items. If you don't have a second Knight Sword, then Concentration, Attack Boost, and Double Hand are also solid options. If you're in Chapter 3 and want to mess around a bit, try to get a Defender from poaching an Elder Treant. If you have no luck seeing one, entice anything from the Treant family and try to get one from hatching eggs. Defender is ideal and the best weapon you can get for a knight at this point, unless you did the Gaffurian ninja trick. A simple build for them to use is Defender, Platinum Shield, Platinum Helm, Platinum Armor, and Bracer. Any secondary you want, and for your reaction ability, Parry. It's pretty good with Defender as it has the most weapon block in the game. Then Double Hand, or Concentration, and Move plus 2. You'll be a very capable damage dealer, and it's among the best builds you can get in Chapter 3. Now for this part of the video, I wanted to show some hybrid builds that can be pretty effective as well, but a lot more niche. For this first setup, we are going to take advantage of the knight's higher HP, so we will be using Golem, as this will protect us and our allies from physical attacks. It will give us a barrier identical to that of the caster's HP. So for our equipment, equip the armor that will give us the most HP, then for our secondary, summon magic. Reaction ability of your choice. I'm just using Vanish, as being invisible is underrated, and I can work around evasion and reaction abilities on my first attack while stealth. Then Swiftness or Have MP, and a Move plus ability. Even though I still recommend physically attacking with a knight, this build is a pretty cool support one, and Golem's shield will last until destroyed. If you are lacking MP, I recommend equipping a robe instead. Just note that your Golem shield will absorb less as it's based on HP. But from my experience, I found using it only once to be more than sufficient in battles. You can also use Math Skill on your knight, just make sure to have Excalibur equipped, then Wizard's Robe and Mage Power Glove, then cast Holy. Its damage won't be as strong compared to mages, but it's pretty fitting seeing a knight casting some magic. Last but not least, I gotta have a tank build for the knight, and I'll show two variants. one for the gentlemen and one for the ladies. If using a male, use Chaos Blade or Save the Queen, then Reverie Shield, Crystal Helm, Mirror Mail, or Lordly Robe if you aren't using Save the Queen, and lastly, Gaius Caligulae. And for your abilities, use Darkness as your secondary, Auto Potion for your reaction, Defense Boost for your support, and Life Font. You will have a mobile character that can still do decent damage while being able to take hits. With your female knight, you can use Ribbon instead of a helmet, which will be better in certain fights, and Chantage instead of Gaius Caligulae, just sub Life Font for move plus 2 or 3, and you're good to go. These are some builds I enjoy using with the knight. I know some more prominent YouTubers like to write them off and put them in a lower tier, but using their strengths like the ability to equip knight swords on top of their solid HP and PA means they can definitely be a force on the battlefield. That is all for this one. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time for more FFT videos. Take care.